Consistency is very important when it comes to communications. And I could go to a number of websites today and look at what they talk about and what their organization does. And I can go from the home page to the next page to the next page and see different descriptions of what they do, and they may not make sense because we're not describing them in a consistent manner. So for us, it really is a matter of telling the story, telling it over again, and telling it even until you think you've told it too many times. Because the trick there is, just because I wrote it in my newsletter, or our board of directors put a letter together and sent it out to our prospective donors, just because we wrote it and sent it out, doesn't mean that people read it. So we always make sure that you tell that story over and over and over again, tell it consistently, because maybe I got the email, maybe I didn't. Maybe I was too busy that day, I didn't read it, but I read it in the mail newsletter that you sent out to me. So that consistency is super important. And many times that comes down right to, where's the logo on the piece of paper? Where are the list of board of directors members listed, or the board of elders in your church? So people know that when they see that in their email or they see that in their mail, oh, this is from that ministry that I support. Oh, this is from my church. I recognize that. So that consistency is important. When it comes to nonprofit organizations, because we work with so many volunteers sometimes, that a really new volunteer will say, oh, I have a better design for a logo for this project. So they come up with something that's all on their own. It's very creative and very interesting, but it's not consistent with what people are used to seeing. So people don't recognize it, that it came from the same organization. So consistency in logos, consistency in colors, consistency in the format of newsletters is very important. Seems very small, but that consistency then really encourages people to open up that mail, to open that newsletter, the e-newsletter, when they see your name or your banner or that logo that they're starting to recognize. It really does become a part of their consciousness. They say, oh, I'm getting something from ELF. I'm going to open that because I know it's important. I know it's toward God's kingdom.